Hi, I'm Kay Spivey. So I've been working on my brainstorming from the last video. It was going okay. I got a little bit further and then I was really sitting and trying to think. I figured out the problem from the last time. I had decided what I was gonna do about the thing that was stuck with me, but then I was having some trouble thinking about some of the motivations for some of the new characters, and I was really stuck for a bit. And then I got thinking about one of my old stories that I was working on while I was in high school. That was actually one that I did for probably a couple Nanowrimos while I was still in high school. It was the first longest story I ever wrote. I think it might have been the first time I beat Nano, and I didn't get very far in it. It was so long. It was meant to be this big epic, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, man, I really wanted it to be like all these books and all this stuff broken up, but wouldn't it work better if it was non-linear, like a la the Night Circus? And so I was thinking about that like just this morning, and I couldn't get past it. I couldn't get it out of my head. So I sat down because I've been thinking about this story for so long, and I don't necessarily remember all of the characters' names or all of their motivations because it's quite a large cast, because it's very much based on Fire Emblem. So you have to gather all your warriors together, and obviously in Fire Emblem there's some you never use and don't care about. But so as I was thinking about it, I was getting more and more excited, and I thought, you know what? I will just do the outline for it, and then we'll cut it up and rearrange it to do the non-linear, and if I'm still into that, then I might switch over and do that, because this story is a prologue to the series that I've been working on anyway. This story comes about 1,000 years before, but sort of dictates why things are happening later. And I've also written a short story about characters from this that I'm pretty proud of, and so this is a story that's really been pretty important to me. The characters have been with me for forever. So I sat down and I did a quick synopsis, which I will read to you. The Fall of Therum is a non-linear story about the demise of the most powerful empire in the world, following a group of mercenaries and their genius strategists as they gather strength and allies to take down the kingdom. This story would be at home in the Fire Emblem franchise. However, the hero plot is compromised and the group loses credibility as the story progresses. Who is truly wrong? The king who insists on fighting a stalemate war against the warring nation to the north, or a group of nobodies from the plains who seek to overthrow them? Are they up to the task they've set for themselves? We learn along the way the answer is no. Dun dun dun! But so then, I just broke up the major plot points, and it's about 4 pages. This is how I'm outlining for this novel. About 4 pages worth of just kind of bullet points. I wrote down kind of the gist of what's happening in each of the major scenes, and now I'm going to cut them apart. I couldn't find my normal scissors anywhere, so obviously the obvious choice was to use kitchen scissors. So we will be cutting this apart with kitchen scissors, which is why I also numbered this so I wouldn't lose track, because we're going to cut it all apart and then put it all back together again and create a non-linear story. Cute spooky Halloween nails. Okay, so now that I have everything pieced out, the idea is to take all this and make it into the story that I want. So I think we're gonna move this out of the way. and just line these up on the bed. Okay, so now as you can see, the chronology has gotten all scattered around. This is not saying that this is going to be the final version of the mixing up of these events, but this is what I sort of decided on for right now. Especially like at the end, I have the first events going, and then the last event is the very last event, because I feel like that works a lot better for a story, to have everything tie together at the end. To bring the beginning and the ending together. So there is my outline. Now I need to apparently go buy some tape or a glue stick and put this all together. Okay, so now I've got this all pinned up in the order that I've decided is the correct for the outline on my board that's right above my noveling computer, so I can refer back to the outline at any time that I want. I think I'm also going to do a brief little character list that I can put down here so that I don't forget all the characters, because there's the main ones that I'm never going to forget, but there's some side ones who have lesser parts who I do need to keep track of. And there's a few new ones that as I was outlining this I discovered, so I am going to have to keep track of my characters somehow. So I'm on a roll. I've got my outline cut up and pasted together, and I think I am going to do this story for Nanowrimo instead of doing book 2. I'm really excited about this one now. So I'm going to go into Nanowrimo and change the book that I'm working on to reflect this. So that's my planning phase for Nanowrimo. The only thing I've got to do is get the characters under control, and I'm going to be able to hit the ground running. If you're a hardcore planner, you might do even more than this. You might really break down every single scene, but as you can see, these aren't bullet points, these are short paragraphs. This really tells me what's going on, and because I have so much of an idea of what's going on in the plot for this one, because I'm thinking about it for so long, I think for me this is going to be enough. There are a lot of other ways to outline. You could do like I did for this one and just do it all on the computer, bullet points down the side. You can have bullet points off of your bullet points. You can handwrite it all out. For this one, because it was all coming so fast, typing it is easier for me, so that's why I typed it, and also because the cutting up was neater, so it looks nicer. For me, for this one, I'm probably going to split so each of these paragraphs is a novel. However, when I was outlining my last book, I did it slightly differently. So I did it in chunks. I did chapter 1 and then everything that happens, all of the bullet points, and then for chapter 2, everything that happens, every bullet point. And that's a really good way to do it too, especially for this one. This was for a rewrite, so I really had to have a good idea of everything that was happening in every single chapter. I think if you're the type who really likes planning, breaking it down this way so you have like scene by scene is a really good way to do it. If you are a little bit less of the outliner type, I think doing it this way is going to work really well. It gives me a lot of freedom. I have a full idea of what the scene should look like and what the chapter should look like, but it's not broken down. I can still get a little bit of the pantser in me out and work through some of the things with that. Other ways to outline: working with Y-Writer or Scrivener. I've not used Scrivener, but I think maybe for this one I'm going to try out Scrivener for this year. I've got a couple new things that I'm working on for this Nanowrimo that I've never used before, and I think Scrivener might be one of them. I've used Y-Writer in the past, and it's really good for just being able to see how your novel is progressing. That one's free. I'm not sure if Scrivener is or not. I guess I'll let you know. Other things that I've been doing to get ready: I got because I saw it on Marissa Mohi's channel. She had one of these little heater things for her coffee mug. This is amazing. Where has this been all my life? Like, thank you, Marissa, for your video. I'm gonna link that one down below because this coffee has been sitting here for 45 minutes while I did all of this. It's hot, like hot, like just came out of the coffee pot hot. It is so good. I don't know how I've survived without one. I also just recently found out that write-ins in my area are gonna probably fall on Sundays, which is great because I'm not working, and so I'll be trying to go to those. Hopefully they don't fall through. I'll try the first one. It is a little hard because I don't know anybody in this area, so I'm gonna brave going to the first one, and then we'll see how anxiety takes me from there. If I have a great time, I'll go back, of course. But you know, sometimes how it's just a little bit awkward time, you can't force yourself to go again. So I really hope that I love everybody there, or at least that it's just a lot of fun so I can go back and keep writing, because I think write-ins are a lot of fun. So, yes. Alright, that's everything I have to say about my outlining method, I guess. This is hopefully going to work for me and carry me through, and of course, here I am changing what novel I'm going to be working on, and we're halfway through October, which is a better time to do that, by the way, than halfway through November. But halfway through November is fine too. It's just a lot easier to do this now and make a whole new outline and plan that than to be doing that all of a sudden in the middle of November. As I've said in the past, and I will link videos wherever, and also at the end of this video, you can jump ship anytime. You can change what you're writing. You can change everything, honestly, in the middle of NaNoWriMo. Like, there's no pressure. However, it is kind of a momentum in getting through, and so if you are prepared for it and you kind of keep that momentum going all the way through the month, you're gonna have a lot better chance of getting to 50,000 words. So anyway, I am ready now. I think that is almost as much prep as I'm going to do. I will show you my board again once I have it completely ready for the month. I might even put some little like, you can do it or something like that up there, but we will see. And hopefully your Preptober is going well as well, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Just so you know, anytime you hear jingling and elephants thundering around, those are my kittens.